That's another one. Okay, I did not expect that. Let me put this thing in reverse. It was 47 degrees this morning, and I knew the fish weren't gonna be active, so I just slipped it. As you guys can see, I got a new kayak. What you didn't see was the PA that I was fishing out of had a huge leak in it, and I was constantly having to pump water out of it. I didn't show that in my videos, but yeah, that sucked. So this is the new to me 2020 Hobie Compass. Sweet little kayak. It's got reverse, baby. It is a pretty negative tide today. Now that can be a good thing. So essentially, as the water level comes down, there will be a lot of places where there won't be any water. So if there can't be any water there, obviously there can't be any fish there. So ideally, if we find some fish, we should find a lot of fish. Wow, that water's cold. If you're looking for snook in the backwaters, there are 3 things that I try to look for above all else. Number 1 is depth change. This time of year, snook are gonna seek the warmer water. Now that warmer water can be shallow during the day when the sun warms it, or it can be deeper water during the night when the bottom holds the higher temperatures. We need to find places with both. Snook are lazy this time of year, and they don't wanna move a lot. Now the number 2 thing that we're gonna look for is structure. Now structure is pretty simple. All fish need it to not get eaten and to eat. Structure comes in many forms: docks, drop-offs, reefs, but most common around here being mangroves. Now last but not least, the 3rd thing that we're gonna look for is wind protection. During the day, if the sun's beaming down, the shallowest water will be the warmest if the wind isn't blowing on it and keeping it cool. Now, as you can see, this is glassed over. So we need shallow, wind-protected areas where the snook will sit and sun themselves. Now, as far as plastic that we're gonna throw today, we're gonna keep it really simple. If we're gonna be fishing shallow water, we want lighter weights. So what I'm gonna throw primarily are 1/8 ounce jig heads. Now, on those 1/8 ounce jig heads, I'm gonna throw 2 different plastics. Number 1 is my NLBN 3-inch. It's a classic bait, it just gets it done. And then number 2, the Salt Strong Slim Shady 2.0. Love them or hate them, they catch fish. We're gonna be focusing on these two plastics today. All right, so we're rolling up on our first wind protected area here. The wind is coming from that direction, so that means these mangroves are gonna block pretty much all of that. Now, as you can see, this is glassed over. So we have no wind blowing over here. We have shallow water pushed to the edges, but right in the middle, there's somewhat of a channel, not very deep, but maybe 6 foot. We have structure in the mangroves and the drop-offs, and that's all 3 things that we're looking for. There's a good chance that there's fish here. We're just gonna have to cast enough times to find them. First fish of the day, little snook. I'm not gonna mess around too much, but he was pretty shallow. Wow, I don't know if I just spooked a really big snook or if he tried to eat what I was throwing, but that was a decent sized snook right there. That's a fish. All right. Shallow wind protected snook, you guys. Sitting right up against that mangrove line there. All right, so far it's looking like I know at least a little bit about what I'm talking about. He was, I mean, right here. He was maybe 2 or 3 feet off the mangroves, sitting in the shallow water, just baking. I think there's more mullet than water right here. This is unbelievable, hold on. There's so many mullet. Good God. All right, so it's super windy here. Obviously it's not windy right there. That's all wind protected. So I think this bends around the corner and it gets deeper in the middle. So we should have 2 shallow sides, a drop off in the middle, mangroves on either side for structure, and wind protection the whole way around. Textbook snook spot for the winter. If I was a betting man, I bet you guys $10. $10 there's snook in here. That's a fish. Oh, it's a decent snook, man. Oh, that sucked, but at least we know that there's fish in here. That's a, oh, dude. That's a fish. All right, we found the snook. It looks like they're all kind of congregated in here. Oh, right where I'm gonna go over. Hold on. Put this in reverse here and get out of it. As soon as it hit the water, another little, but a snook a cast right now. Something, or that was an 8. That was an 8. There's so many snook in here. That's another one. There's a fish. That's what I was seeing. There are barracudas in here. That's what I was curious about. I kept seeing them pushed up super shallow. Oh, I'm gonna smell so bad after this. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Not at all what I was expecting to catch in here, but there's a lot of them. I've been seeing a ton of them because they have that little black on their back fin here, and you can see it. It stands out super clearly in the water. So definitely saw some barracudas, but some crazy teeth, man. Imagine those things get so much bigger. Come on, little cuda. Go on about your business. We caught a ton of fish in here. I wasn't expecting the barracuda, but I'm just glad he didn't. I mean, I smell terrible, but I'm glad he didn't tear up the paddle tail too much because I don't have a whole lot of those. But the next spot that we're gonna hit, I mean, I think the water goes down to like 20 feet. It's a tarpon spot. Now, I don't think that we're gonna catch or hook any tarpon. That being said, there is shallower water on the edges. So imagine a big circle. And on the edges, it's very, very shallow. And then in the middle, it drops down to like 20 feet. That is one of the best wintertime spots you can find. It's almost guaranteed that there's gonna be decent snook in there. All right, let's go over to this bank here. On that side, there looks to be plenty of wind protection and obviously some structure where the mangroves are hanging down. That's a fish. This feels like a jack again. Come on, Creeble. That's a big jack for all the way back here. All right, guys. That was a good fight. Not what I'm looking for today, but very fun to catch. He just absolutely destroyed that NLBN 3-inch, but we're gonna get this dude back in the water. Jack completely tore my NLBN up, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap this guy out. I'm just gonna put a Slam Shady on because it's already ready to go right here. That's a fish. Oh, he ate it on as soon as it dropped. Little snook. They're still eating the Slam Shady. I was getting worried there for a second. I didn't get ate for a minute, but they're gonna eat the Slam Shady just fine. That's another one. That's a bigger fish. Okay. Okay, I did not expect that. Let me put this thing in reverse. That's not a bad snook. That's not a bad snook. He was right where that little dude was. There he is. All right. That's a pretty good fish, man. Definitely my best snook of the day. They're fighting like crazy in this cold water. And I think this spot that we rolled up to, this is the snook spot right now. I just caught that one on the side of the mangroves and then cast it up to him, and I mean, he ate as soon as it hit the water, almost just like the other dude did. I tried to pull out of there as quickly as I could, so maybe we can go back and fish that a little bit more. I'm thinking there could be more snook in there. I mean, that's 2 and 2 casts. You know, I'm gonna stay on foot and I'm just gonna walk right over here and cast. I don't think the kayak's going anywhere. I feel like there's gotta be fish back up in there. Oh, I bumped hard right there. What was that? Right up the rocks too. That's a fish. There he is, you guys. Little snook, he was sitting right on that point. There, there's so many snook in there, man. All right, let's keep working that mangrove line. I'm gonna hop back in the kayak. That was a nice little, little wade trip over there. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. That's a fish. Oh, he's off. Holy shit. Oh. That's a big fish. That's a big fish. Well, we're gonna give this spot a rest. I might come back here a little bit later. There's bigger fish in here. I know there's bigger fish in here. I just hooked that one and he was just, I didn't stop him. As soon as I hooked him, he went right down into deeper water and just gave me the middle finger. All right, on to the next spot. Looks like we have depth right in the middle of this circle, and then on the edges it gets really, really shallow. So I'm guessing snook pushed up on the edges, close to the mangroves. Oh, that's a fish. Come on, dude. I said that's a fish. Yeah, that's a fish, man. Come on. Oh, I just scared like 8 snook. No, dude. They were all right here. Not a giant by any means, you guys, but he ate that Slam Shady. All right, guys, I pulled over here for a second. I ate some lunch. I'm going to go back to where I missed that big snook and caught the other 2 biggest of the day. And then that'll be my last spot. So I'm gonna hit that place real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's the sun's going down, as you guys can see behind me, and it's getting late. So I got one more shot to catch a decent fish, and we'll see what happens. Oh, what is this? Hit it like a truck. It feels heavy. Oh. I gotta loosen the drag. It's a heavy fish though. Oh. God, he's strong, he's wearing me out. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Let me just keep him on. Go to somewhere I can land him. Good snook. It's a good snook. It's a good snook. There we go. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we've been fishing for today. Probably close to a slot fish. I would say decent size for sure. He snooked that Slam Shady and just took off. I knew I had a bigger fish, man. I love that. That's awesome. So finding them in cold weather is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you can do it. And once you find them, the other ones are not going to be very far behind. So I'm gonna get this guy revived and get him back in the water. Do you wanna say hi? Do you wanna say hi? Tell everybody I'm the reason that we didn't post a video last week. It's my fault. Alright guys, so this is Miss Molly May. She is our new Shih Tzu puppy. She is all of 9 weeks old. We got her last week, and we have just been taking care of her, getting her all situated. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I tried to be a little bit more informative than I typically am. I tried to kind of break things down for y'all. Good day of fishing. Probably one of my better numbers of snook days. Not giant snook by any means, but definitely a lot of them. I'm gonna start doing, maybe a couple of those videos a month where I just kind of say, hey, this is how I do this. Leave a comment, let me know if there's anything that I missed, if there's anything you guys add. A lot of the people that watch my videos have a wealth of fishing knowledge already. So anything that you want to bestow upon anybody else, drop any of your tips. It sounded weird. Drop any of your tips, down in the comments. But as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope you learned maybe a couple things. So I think we're gonna go the fuck outside. All right, y'all.